was just like, a ginger ale does sound good.
I could really just get a nice crisp Canada Dry and just
Oboe slander brought to you by Canada Dry.
quenching your heated rivalry thirst.
Mm. All right. Well, let's jump right in. How are
Jumping
your
in.
reads? What you
Uh,
doing?
my reads were just made last night. I wrapped my first blanks of the year because I have been in Florida for the holidays and did not do anything oboe related. So my reads are very much asleep in a read case, hoping I start scraping immediately. So that's that on my reads. How are your reads?
Not great. It is what it is. It's this weather where we go between 20 degrees, and then yesterday, it was literally 70, and I went for a walk in shorts and a t-shirt. How am I supposed to make reads for this craziness?
What do you do in that situation besides pray?
And
Besides
that's really
pray.
what I'm doing, but I have made a couple that I've been like, "Oh, these are okay. This is fine." And then when it cools off this weekend and next week, they'll be terrible.
Oh,
We'll
just
see.
play as much as you can now, I guess. Cause
Mhm. But I haven't really been doing anything too terribly fun or exciting with them. During several of my Christmas gigs, I was using reeds that I made on the Genet, which stands for Mac tip,
ooh,
and it's a pretty fat tip,
yeah.
which I was liking because I was having a lot of weird after being flat, flat, flat forever. I was like, I am so sharp so much of the time, and so I tried that, and I was liking it, and then I went, okay, now let me try my Mac Pfeiffer again, and I still do love my Mac Pfeiffer. There's something about it. It pulls me in. It feels like home.
Yeah.
But then I played with a couple staples. I tied a couple reeds on the Marigo 2 staples, which are made for the M2.
Mm.
I make a great reed on it or terrible,
Ugh.
and there's no in between, and so I'm like, "You know what? I'm just gonna stick to my Sierras because they feel consistent and good." But I've been struggling with a weird oboe problem of my Cs being really sharp, and I feel like
Ooh.
on most oboes, or at least a lot of them, C is kind of a flat note.
Yeah. Yeah, that
And mine used to be, and they're just getting sharp, which scares me. It makes me go, "Oh, no. Is my oboe blowing out? What's happening?"
right.
So, just today, I took the top joint apart, and I put a little bit of the black electrical tape in there, just like a little sliver, because it's the high
Ooh.
C and the middle C. The
Oh.
my low C is also sharp, but that's
You know what?
all of my C.
I like when the low notes are actually a little sharp.
Yes, but for that tone hole, I just put it all the way around.
Ooh, okay.
'Cause I've tried adjusting the height of the key, and it just doesn't seem to do enough. 'Cause it was hard for me to just adjust that key, so then I was like, "Alright, well, now my Bs are flat and fuzzy, and my B flats are flat and fuzzy," so I was like, "Yeah, I need to adjust the tone hole somehow." So, I put that in there today. I'm liking it so far, and if I actually really end up liking it next time I get my oboe worked on, I'll have someone put, like, a shim in there or
Yeah.
something, and just be like, "Let's just make this tone hole a teensy bit smaller."
Let's get sweet. I love that. Okay. I never thought about that, like the electrical tape in there.
A friend of mine mentioned it because I was thinking about getting another oboe a long time ago, and the A was, like, super duper sharp, and he was like, "If you wanna try to get it down," he was like, "This is a very, like it's an effective fix, but very non-permanent,
Huh, okay.
because if you don't like it, you just take the key back off and pull it right out of there, and it doesn't
Ooh.
really leave residue behind. It's very nice."
Yeah, let's just rip it right out. Like, "Okay, we're good."
Mhm. And I'm sure people are going, "Just use nail polish," and I started to try to do that, and I went, "The brush is way too big for that tone hole,"
Oh, yeah.
and I just went, "If this is not worth it, not worth
Man.
it to me. I'm gonna the electrical tape will do fine for now until someone real can do something about it."
Until it really gets fixed, and then you're a star. I mean, you're always a star.
Well, let's see, so last time I talked to you, you were at your parents' house, so have you had any gigs since then? It was right before Christmas.
Yeah, I've had nothing, which honestly has been nice. It's just nice to just reset, and this, like, holidays, I left my instruments in Iowa, somewhere safe and cozy and warm.
Ooh.
'Cause I normally bring them home with me, and I'm like, "I'm gonna practice and feel motivated when I'm at home," and I'm just like, "No, this year we're not gonna do that," and that was good. That was a good choice, so I decided just to, spend more time with my family and my friends and just some time away from my instrument, and then when I got home, I played it, like, the same day, and I was like, "Oh, I've missed this." So, it was like we had a little separation, a little holiday
Mhm.
break from each other, and now we're back, and I'm in love with my oboe. I'm sure it's trying to remember how to love me again, but that's fine. Once I get new reeds, everything will be just dandy.
Well, I think that's fantastic that you took a break. I took a few days, which is more than I've taken in a long time, because I had planned on taking a full week, and then, like, 3 days went by, and I just didn't know what to do with myself.
You have the itch. You're like,
Yeah. "What do I
you're
do? What do I do? Oh, no."
oh my god, you're getting the cold sweats in the middle of the night. You're like, where's my oboe?
It made me have a crazy nightmare about which was in the dream, a bass player friend of mine was with me, and he asked me to watch our instruments, but for some reason, he was playing clarinet. No idea why. Dreams are weird. But so while they were sitting there, I decided to leave them for whatever reason. But we were in a school, so I was like, they'll be fine right here for a few minutes. And so I left and came back, and they had been stolen. And so we were wandering, and somehow there were vendors of all these instruments, or that were also like pawn shops and stuff. So we were like, "It'll be okay. We'll find them here." And we did manage to find his clarinets pretty quickly. And then when we finally found my oboe, it had like all the keys taken off, and they were like, "Well, you can buy it like this."
What kind what were you eating before this dream? What was on the menu that night? 'Cause that's crazy fever
No
dream.
idea. No, that's not that crazy compared to most of my dreams.
Oh,
That was pretty tame.
the no keys on the instrument, but we'll sell it to you, like, this way is crazy, and somehow I think that's real. Somehow I believe that to be true.
They were probably just scraping the silver plating off, going, "We've gotta get some money from this."
Yeah, anything, anything, oh my gosh.
But let's see, what did I do? I had my 2 Christmas Eve gigs and, of course, made my social media post being like, "Oh, look, I played a thing." Isn't that nice? And then I also played Peter and the Wolf the Monday after Christmas, which
Yes.
I was like, "This is so weird to be doing that this time of year," but I think it did work out well because it was a lot of, like, parents stuck at home with their children, and they didn't know
Mhm.
what to do, and so it was packed in there
Oh.
with people and their children and, like, old people that didn't know what to do with their time either. Good job to whoever planned that.
Whoever programmed this, thank you.
Mhm.
The weird in between Christmas and New Year's is a lawless time where anything could happen. So, there are no rules. Do what you want, and I love that that's what you did with your time, and people really loved it.
Did you get any fun Christmas gifts?
What did I get? I was like, fun. My parents got me some staples.
I think that's fun. What
I
kind of
think
staples? Anything new and fun?
they got me some Chirugi 2 Plus brass staples. I have, like, an overabundance of those, but you could never have too many. You can never have too
Mhm.
many staples. I got that. And then I think the one that was probably the most interesting was I asked for a coat rack to put my winter coats on,
Okay.
and I like it. It's nice to have it, and if some reason it kind of, like, helps tie in my living room a little bit because it's, like, filling an empty space, and I was like, "Oh, everything feels a little, like, I don't know, cozier because
Yeah.
of a coat rack." I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm really just like I walk in and I'm just like, "It's good to be home." Coat rack looking at me. That was probably my favorite gift, like,
Okay. Did you do anything fun on New Year's Eve or on New Year's Day?
on New Year's Eve, it was just me and my parents. My sister had already flown back home to DC before, so we kinda just slept most of the day, so we could all wake up around midnight-ish to go right back to sleep. Just to see the ball drop, have a sip of champagne, and go right to sleep. That very much happens a lot, and we've realized it's become a pattern over the past 5 years. It's just like, "Oh, good night," at, like, 4 PM. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We don't do anything else during the day. So, like, we just sleep. And then New Year's Day, we just hung out. We hung out some more. My mom and I watched the Stranger Things finale.
How did you feel? Sorry, I this was not on my list of topics, like, but how did you feel about it? Because people are very divided.
Everyone is so divided. I feel like I'm on the end where I'm like, "I'm happy this is done." I thought some parts of it met expectations and some parts did not, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Maybe this is why I'm glad this is done." But I think overall, like, with what they had going on, they could have done so much more, but at the same time, I think they were like, "Let's put a nice bow on this and just, like, send it off." And I'm like, "You know what? Send it on so you can send these kids their checks and they can start doing other roles and stuff
Mhm.
in their lives," which was still so jarring to me that that came out, like, 10 plus years ago, right? And they're like
I know.
I'm like, "Some of these kids did not have all their teeth when this was going, and now they all do." It's time is real, really crazy.
I
It's
know. Well,
really,
I'm like,
really
they're my age now.
these are taxpayers. These are taxpayers right in front of us. But what did you think? What did you think?
I thought it was fine. Like, I wasn't really angry about it, and I wasn't going, "Oh my god, this is the best thing." I just went, "Yeah, okay, that
Okay.
happened." There like you, I was like, there were some really nice things. There's a lot of open-ended things. It's fine.
It's just
Because
like
and I know people have been like, "And you just can't leave things that open-ended," and I'm like, some of the biggest franchises in history have major plot holes and things unfinished. A friend of mine got kinda worked up about it, and she was like, "If you thought it was good, you're just kidding yourself," and I was like, "Okay, calm down.
right, like, take a breath.
You know how we were super into Harry Potter? Have you ever thought about the thousands of plot holes in that?" Like, sorry, they're there.
There's they're doing what they can with what they've got and what they've given us, and yes, things will get forgotten because they wrote it on a sticky note and said, "I'll remember this." I'd be like, "I did not remember that. Oops." It's just
Mm-mm.
yeah, it just
I
I feel
will
like
say, for the whole show, though, poor Barb.
we're still mourning Barb every step of the way. I
No
don't
one
care what
else is, but we are.
I don't care what anyone says. I was like, "That was a tragedy, and I'm never gonna, like, recover from that." And what's crazy is I don't know if you watched this other show that was on the CW called Riverdale. The
Mm-mm.
actress is in it, and for, like, a couple like, 1 or 2 seasons, and it very much was me just being like, "Girl, you need to get back to Netflix. Get back on Stranger Things for me. You need to do something. Girl, they did you dirty. Girl, did you see it?" Screaming at my TV like, "Barb, Barb, look at me, honey. We have problems you need to fix." So that's yeah, Stranger Things. That happened to us, not for us. But anyways, what did you do for New Year's?
Um,
Or what did you guys do?
well, let's see. On Christmas Day,
And
Randall and I went to Waffle House in the morning, and
yes,
we like to leave, like, a really big old tip when we go, but we gotta get those hash browns and some other breakfast foods.
please. I'm applauding for the rest of the podcast. I'm applauding the rest
So,
of the episode.
it was
I
delightful.
please, please,
We'd done
please.
it a few other times too. I also so when I get home from my Christmas Eve gig, my tradition is to watch The Exorcist as I go to bed, and I usually make it a pretty good ways in, and this year, I think I was just completely pooped because I got past the, like, Ouija boy? Ouija board.
What the Ooh, what the hell is
Uh,
happening?
I don't
Not the Ouija boy. You're right, but,
Whew.
like, oh, oh.
Ugh.
You
Whew.
yeah.
So, well, I got past briefly past that scene, and then I went out like a light. I was just like, "Oh, so many good things are gonna happen the rest of this movie. Captain Howdy is going to appear and just really bring this family together."
I love your version of A Christmas Carol. This this is your Frosty the Snowman.
Mhm.
Is I have never heard this clear. This is killing me. I absolutely love that. I think that's so awesome.
I mean, I've been doing that for seriously, like, 15 years or something.
You're like, this was childhood. This is my comfort. My comfort movie is The Exorcist.
Well, I came home from my Christmas Eve gig one year, and I went, "I don't know what to watch to, like, unwind," and I went, "Whatever is in this DVD player is what I am watching," and it was The Exorcist, and I went, "Perfect."
Someone did not empty the DVD player after Halloween. It just said,
I
"Hit
mean, it
it."
was me, because I do love that film, but
It is so iconic, but, like, the timing of when to watch completely clotheslined me.
it's,
This is your Grinch. This is your Gr this is how the Grinch stole Christmas. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, everyone.
uh between Ouija Boy and just what I was watching, it's all
Yes. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you
mhm.
so much for that.
But let's see, on Christmas Day at post Waffle House, we still just die. You're
'Cause I was like, "Oh,
melting.
wait, this is only Christmas Eve." I was like, I was like, I'm trying to think, what did you watch on New Year's Eve? I'm trying to figure that one out.
What did I do on well, we'll get there.
We'll get
Let's
there.
see. So on
Sorry, everyone.
Christmas Day, post Waffle House, we did dinner at my family's house, and that was fine. I got my unicycle that I haven't been able to ride yet because of my leg and because
Right,
I need to get a helmet and an air pump to pump the tire.
right.
And then on New Year's Eve, actually, I think that's when I watched Stranger Things. Like, I had not watched any of season 5 yet, so I was getting caught up
You
pretty
did the
much
whole
all
thing.
day, and so by the time, like, midnight rolled around, I was like, "Final episode. Here we go."
Oh, yeah, she said wheels up, or in your case, wheel up with that unicycle.
Mhm. And then New Year's Day with, my husband's family, we do what they call Annual Gift Giving Day or Ag Day, so we do that instead of Christmas.
Oh, that's fun. Cute.
And then I got together with, some of my friends from high school. We had scheduled it way back in, like, early December because that's how
Okay,
long it takes to get adult friends together, sometimes
correct.
longer.
Thank you for that preparation and commitment.
And so we all got together, we ate food, we played some games, and we watched Heated Rivalry. Not all of it. We only I had only seen the first episode, and my husband was like, "We're watching this together." So we watched the first episode, and then as the night wore on, they were like, "Can we watch the second episode?" And I said, "Yes, but we can never tell Randall." And I have a feeling he's not ever going to listen to this. So, hey, I watched it. The second episode without you.
Anyways, wow. I have been waiting to get to this topic.
Oh, I know. Uh, so who's the hottest hockey player?
Oh my god.
Or of the main characters, because Kip is not a hockey player.
He should be, but it's fine, it's fine. I am a Scott Hunter stan till the day I die. I love that man so much, and the actor who
I
played him, one.
I know, but then I also see him and I'm like, "Oh, Sebastian Rain, I don't
Yeah,
like you."
yeah. The way that that has been on my TikTok feed every, like, other day, I'm just like, "Yes, David." My therapist says I should explore that with you, like, physically. I'm like, "Please."
Uh,
It's
I truly when we were watching that episode, I was staring at him going, "How do I know him? What is he from?"
"Who are you?" And it's just like, there it is, right here at the front of my brain.
Mhm.
Gosh. Oh my gosh, who's your favorite? Or is it also Scott? Are you also
I think it's also Scott.
sorry, everyone. We we obviously appreciate fine wine and men like that. But, of course, everyone on that entire show, gorgeous, incredibly
Yes.
beautiful, drop dead, ethereal. I think about the actress who plays Svetlana, like, daily.
Oh, wow.
She's gorgeous, and I just can't stop. But I'm like, "Wow, is this what love feels like? Or am I okay?" I don't know. They're all so beautiful. They had $5 in a dream and created, like, one of the best shows to end the year.
Yes. Oh, it really is such a good show. And so I went into it going, "Oh, this is gonna be, like, nonstop butt city," based on what I had watched and what I had heard, and then I was like, "Oh my god, no, this is so sexy and beautiful and sad, and it's so many things."
It's just you just feel everything, and I feel like my biggest takeaway from it is that it's not another, like, part of gay media where they're like, "Oh, this has a tragic ending, like, someone has to die in this.
Mhm.
Someone's got AIDS. Someone's got AIDS," you know? It's just like I'm so used to that watching, like, Fellow Travelers and, like, like, Queer as
There
Folk and stuff, just I'm always, like, ready to be, like,
Mhm,
sad and disappointed when it's over, and then I was like, "Oh." So I'm actually happy and giddy right now with just this
mhm.
nice change of pace for us. Like, what?
There wasn't even a, "Oh, you're gay, so this is bad." Like, someone doesn't love you now. Like, at no point did that even when Shane and Rose were dating, what I loved her being like, trying to address it with him, being like, "So, okay, okay. Are
She's like
you? Are you not?"
she's like, "I'm an actress. I went to theater school. I know what this song is I'm hearing right now."
Because really when it was happening, I thought it was gonna be, "You are, I'm going to out you and ruin your career and ruin your life." Nope, that's not what happened. And so it was just positive thing after positive thing like that. And yes, there was some really sad stuff. Just being Russian is sad. No, but like Ilya's tragedies in his life were sad. And
Yes.
truly, the end of episode 2, the "we didn't even kiss" text that he didn't send, my god. I don't know why of all of the things, that was the thing that hurt me the worst.
That's just yeah, that one just, like, was an uppercut because I was just like, "Oh, so this is how serious it is for both for Shane right now. That's how serious
Mhm.
it is." He's like, "We didn't even kiss." And I was like, "Yep." I was like, "Let me go ahead and just close the laptop and just sit in silence for a second with that one." Just, like, breathe that in. I was like, "Oh, I'm sad." I just it's all I think about nonstop. These actors are all over my feed on every app I'm on,
Yep,
and I can't do anything without thinking about them. So I'm thinking about them right now.
as you should be.
Laying the empty space in my head that's normally full, for anything else in my life is now being preoccupied. I just mm, I love it so much. I even started listening to all the audiobooks and I finished them like last week, just zooming through.
And,
Didn't know an audiobook could make me cry, but I did cry at some points, and I was like, "Oh,
I'm about to listen to them,
please, please do, please do."
which I'm gonna plug it. So first of all, people, if you don't have the Libby app, you need the Libby app, and you need to get a library card, first of all, and then you can use the Libby app to borrow books from the library, but on your phone or on your tablet, and it's fantastic. And yes, sometimes there's a waiting list, but it's great because it's free, because it's the library.
Support your
And
libraries, please, everyone, please, begging,
and before the Republicans take away libraries, please use them.
because half these kids can't read anyways, so get it while you can. Get it while
Mhm.
you can.
Next, for those of you that use Goodreads, not REEDS, because who's using their Goodreads, but good READS. I would like to suggest that you use an app called Storygraph, and it is made and run by a woman who is also a person of color and
Ugh.
not a mega corporation.
Support our women of color, please. We love them.
And you can import all of your Goodreads stuff into Storygraph.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Okay,
So you
fine.
don't even have to like re-upload anything. And then
Yeah.
add me, everybody, so you can see how slowly I get through things and judge me and completely disagree with my reviews of things.
Love you. It's fine. Haters are just fans having a bad day. So if they don't agree, then they're just having a bad day. Am I right? That's so funny.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Do
Give me
we
like
need to say anything else about Heated Rivalry? We need to say all of the things, but
are you
I feel like a lot of the things we can't say on this
right?
podcast.
um,
We're gonna get
go.
that explicit rating.
Yeah, we're about that would be that 18 plus is gonna tear us up. But yes, everyone, go. Go watch the Heated Rivalry series on HBO Max. Read the books. Listen to the books. Just do it if you want to just like have a good time. Just see pure fun love, laugh, cry, and I don't know, enjoy life. And if you don't want to do any of that, then that's fine too, I guess. But do it because we're doing it and it's fun and it's hot. Thank you.
Be gay, do crime. I forget who said that.
Probably Jesus, but you know what?
Mhm.
Others will disagree, and you know what they can do? They can deal with it.
I really am thinking, do we have more to say about Heated Rivalry? Hashtag stop Asian hate.
You don't understand how crazy that was in that interview. And just both of them being like, "Oh."
Well, because it was right there at the end, they're just reading it, and he's in Connor's story says it, and he's just like, "What? Really?" And they just die.
Just oh gosh. Yes, please do stop Asian hate, but, like, we're laughing because the context of that is insane. It
Ugh,
just came out of nowhere. I can't remember which one of, like, 3,000,000 interviews they've done.
I know. That was for Teen Vogue, I think. Why do I know that? I don't know.
Like I said, Matthew's gonna cite a source.
All right. Shall we address our topic for the
Yeah,
episode,
let's do it.
which is school versus real life, because they are very different things.
Yes. My goodness. I do not miss school. They are both so very different, and I realize, the parts of school I do miss are just, like, the social aspects of it. I miss my college friends so much. Those friends that I made. Baby, I was changed for good because of these people, and I miss them. I miss our hangouts together and just the vibes, but man, you won't catch me missing a single theory class in my life. You won't miss me missing prepping for a recital. I will never miss that experience. I will never miss the week of my recitals where I was like, I'm throwing up out of pure exhaustion and stress. So I just miss hanging with the girls during school. What
That's
about you,
totally
Matthew?
fair.
What about you?
I miss lessons, honestly. I loved, like, prepping for them and going in and just getting weekly feedback. I like that so much.
Yes. Oh,
Even if it and not every week was the best week or whatever, it was like I always looked forward to that and just, like, hearing "Here are some things that are good. Here are some things that need, like, some work." And sometimes
mhm.
I'm like, "Ugh, I want that weekly feedback still."
I just need a little reassurance that I'm not crazy and that I did play this right, and
Truly, that's how I feel sometimes, which is why I try to take, like, at least a lesson a year, just be like, "I'm doing this right." aren't I? Like,
Right?
I still know what I'm doing.
Being like, "Which F am I using again? We can use forked F here, right? Is that okay? Oh, okay, it's good? Thank you. Okay, I can do that.
I mean,
Okay.
I swear sometimes I'm like, I do know how to put the oboe in my mouth right, don't I? Am I doing that wrong? I don't even
Please tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Is this alright?" Ugh, yeah, I miss my teachers. I do miss them. I feel like that's such, like, for musicians, especially, like, the later years in college, then, like, if you go to graduate school, it's like, you pick your teacher and, like, this is, like, someone you want to mentor you and you wanna spend your time with and just, you know, you want that feedback from them because you got to make that choice for yourself and
Mhm.
just be like, "I have my teachers." Now I miss all my teachers. Now I'm going to start crying on the podcast, so none of you will get to see it, but you'll hear it. Like, miss my teachers. Love
I
that.
mean, my teacher lives 15 minutes away, and then your grad school teacher also lives 15 minutes away
15
from
minutes
me.
away. Right, that's a little greedy of you, actually. You're a little greedy if I can
Mhm.
be honest. Like, that's really not fair. I'm where my graduate teacher was at, and she left to pursue happiness and other dreams in her life and be close to her family. And then you get her.
She
That's
just
not
right
fair.
here.
She's right there. Should I zip on over? Should I zip on
Do it.
over and you and I can be 15 feet away from each other when we do the episode?
I just cannot imagine the chaos of you and I randomly showing up at Courtney Miller's house.
I just know Ella would be turned into a guard dog very fast. She's like, "Okay, this is enough. You guys can't be on my property anymore. You both have to leave." I'm like, "No, please, it's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna hurt anyone. We just love you. We just love you, Doctor Lilac. I love you." I just think we'll make that a plan for the future. That I'll come to
Yes.
you and we'll record an episode together in the same room and see how this goes.
Oh my
If we
god.
I feel like we'll tell everybody it's gonna be a multi-day project because I'm
Mhm.
gonna guarantee we're not gonna get anything done on the first couple takes. It's gonna be very much like, "We have to go, but thank you so much for coming for
We're
part 1
giggling nonstop. We can't get it together, and we're going to Taco Bell for the 8th time.
today."
That's I'm in school, but not really in
Yeah,
school.
yeah, you're like, we you're like, "I'm in it now, girl. What about it?"
But
But
honestly, I don't mind it. It's so different as, like, a real grown up.
right, you're not, like, 18 anymore. You're like, you've had a taste of being an adult and, like, having a life, and now you're just like, "Oh, this isn't crazy."
Mhm.
I think just the fact that they throw 18-year-olds into the world like that and expect us to just figure it out. And yes, we are gonna make mistakes. That's how life works. But man, they could have waited till people were at least in their 20s before they threw us out like that because
Mhm.
the frontal lobe not formed in the
It is
slightest.
not.
Why mistakes happen? How do you think mistakes got here, girl? My goodness.
So, even though classes don't start until Monday, one of my professors already, like, has stuff up on Canvas, and I was looking and some of it I
Girl.
could go ahead and download. So, one of, like, the assignments that's due on, like, week 3 was available to download, so I downloaded it and I was reading over it, and I had a moment, I was like, "I don't know how to do any of this," and I was like, "That's why you're here. You will learn how to do these things over the first, like, few weeks." And I was, like, already feeling, like, disheartened and dismayed, and I was like, "You need to calm down."
You're sick. You're such an overachiever. You're like, I don't know how to do this. That's correct. You don't. You
Yes.
will learn.
So since then, I've read the first chapter of that textbook.
Step 1, let's at least look at the couple chapters before to see what happened. Oh my gosh. No, in reality, I think that's your heated rivalry. You and
Ugh,
schoolwork, 'cause you're like, "I'm ready to go, girl. You wanna go with me?
yeah.
You wanna get into the cottage or what?"
That has been Randall's favorite thing, like, he just keeps saying it. He's like, "I will go to the cottage."
So, can you, like, record him saying that in the accent just for research purposes?
Mhm.
This is for research. My very public research. Anyways, uh,
Stupid
I
Canadian wolf bird.
I just can't believe I just can't believe that, like, happened. I was like, "Did I hear that right?" And I was like, "I did." Stupid
I
Canadian
will
movie.
say that scene is when I felt the most like Shane, where Ilya's, like, going off, he's like, "What is" and he's like, "It's a loon." He's like, "What kind of bird makes a sound like this?" And he's like, "A loon."
Did you not hear me? I said it's a loon. Are you he was like, "I'm confused. Did you hear that?"
But, like, the tism in him was just like, "What are you not getting here?" And I was like, I feel ya.
"Why did you make so many burgers? The recipe calls
Oh
for
my
8."
god.
So cut it in half. He's like,
It's so good.
"God, that fried me up a little bit." I was like, "Oh, I'm good here. This is a safe
Ugh,
space." Sorry, everyone. We just love talking about Heated Rivalry. We
I
thought we were
know,
done.
it's
Like we said, it's taking up it's holding space. It's holding space in our brain.
there is some video of one of them, like, holding the other's finger, like,
I
ugh.
didn't know I needed the Wicked and Heated Rivalry crossover like that, but I got it. I got what I needed out of that.
So I think some things that really differ from school to real life are that in school, for the most part, opportunities are handed to you. Like you've got to do some work, like you have to be playing well and doing this and that for people to be like, "Ooh, do this, play this. You're in this ensemble. Here we go." Real life is not like that at all. You really have to make
No.
opportunities for yourself and you have to sometimes uncomfortably put yourself out there to be seen, to be visible.
I want to be visible. Yeah, I think that that falls into the category of, like, things they didn't tell you about in music school, and it's like networking. Is
Mhm.
like a thing, because it's like you said, like, your teachers put you in ensembles or you audition into them, and then everyone is required to do this and that, and, it's like, if you're a composition major, there's musicians to play your music all around you. All you have to do is ask, and, those opportunities happen for people, but yeah, no unfortunately, a random conductor is not going to come to your house and ask you, "Hey, can you play this concert with us?" Unless you have it like that, then good for you. But in my experience, they don't make house calls anymore. So
Mm-mm.
I it's a matter of just going to concerts and reaching out to musicians within the orchestra that play your instrument or you're friends with them and just, network and put yourself out there. Scary thing
And I
like
have to
that.
say playing gigs you don't necessarily wanna play.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
plenty of little church gigs that I didn't really wanna do, and I was like, "Well, I should do these."
Like, I will say yes. In the name of the Lord, I will do this one and it will be bountiful.
And on top of that, like, when you go, you have to be really well prepared because you don't get to well, I'll get into this later, but you don't get lots of time to prepare the music a lot of the time, and you've got to get there on time, like, early, early,
Please,
early.
please, I'm begging you. The concert hall is not just one floor away from the practice room you're at. It could be across town during the most hellish traffic you'll have ever seen in your life. And yeah, being late to a gig is worse than death. I
Yes,
think I would rather die a horrendous death in front of a bunch of people and traumatize them than be late to a gig where I have to be there and play, and especially if it's, like, one of the first ones when you're trying to, like, establish yourself in the
right.
area. Oh my gosh, the posts, graduating from school, opportunities like those first ones, that's the real audition. It's not when you're in there playing for a committee. It's literally what people see you how you are outside of an audition.
Mhm.
And word of mouth is real. If you're late, baby, someone's gonna tell somebody you were late, and you will never be at that church again.
Yup.
Woof!
Well, like I was saying about, making sure the music is prepped and you might not get a lot of time. I feel like when you're in school, you get, if not weeks, you get months of preparation before you play a concert. And in the real world, you get either 2 or 3 weeks with your music,
Yes.
if you actually get that. I can say that's what our master agreements typically say. That doesn't happen a lot of the time.
This is true. Things happen, programs suddenly get changed for unspeakable reasons. Who knows what? Some people I've seen some concerts where they've had to, like, change it because a guest artist could not make it to the first concert or whatever, and, like,
Mhm.
just things like that, and they're like, "So this was our backup plan," and it's like, "Okay, random, but alright."
Like, a rental suddenly isn't available anymore.
"Oh, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be
Weird
sick."
things happen. But no, even if you do, like, know what's gonna be on the program, it just gets tricky, especially if you're trying to prep other music too. You have to really keep all the music that you're prepping in order, and you have to make sure you're preparing it properly because you are like I was saying, I miss that weekly feedback. You're not getting that feedback all the time. You just have to show up and be like, "Yep, I know how to do this, and I know how this goes."
Mhm. You just have to be
And
confident. Believe.
if you're having a little feud with someone in your section, unlike in school, you don't get to be salty and catty. You have to smile and be like, "Oh my god, you sounded so good."
Oh my gosh. I Too true. You can no longer tell people you love their interpretation of that standard solo. I love your take on that. Very unique. I mean, you can if you want. Free will is right there. Just don't expect to be asked back if you do something stupid like that.
Mhm.
It's just like, like working any job anywhere. You have to be professional, have to learn to get along with your teammates. Especially if it's, like, your teammates that are your friends who got you the opportunity to play. No big deal, no big deal. You just don't wanna cross a person who holds a lot of power with sublist in different groups and could easily
Correct.
giveth and taketh away your 3rd oboe, part to anyone else who's willing and nice. My gosh. It's too real. Which is like, it feels like that's a common thing, like, you should know to be nice to people and do whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, so musicians, our main hobby is listening and giving feedback and judging and having opinions." Having an opinion is like your secondary instrument. So,
Mhm.
you just have to learn how to rein that in and know when to use it, which should be in the privacy of your own car on your way back from a gig that you probably did not have fun at. But the preparation part, yeah, school, you just months of your conductor who's going to hold your hand at every phrase and tell you how they want you to do this, that, the third. Meanwhile, you'll go to an orchestra thing and it's like, yeah, we got the music 3 weeks ago. We had like 4 rehearsals the week of. This is it. So you better be ready. You better come to that rehearsal knowing where your part fits in. Sometimes I even
Mhm.
write in all my long rest. I'm like, who is playing what at what measure, if I have access to a score, and just like listening and just being hot. There, that's my other secret. You
Mhm.
just have to be hot when you do this. Like, just be hot, be fresh, and it'll be fine. And be kind of like funny. So if you make like a little blip, you tell the principal, like, sorry, girl, my glasses aren't on. They're clearly on my face, just not. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, like, in my, what I'm doing is, like, having a 9 to 5 day job while trying to, like, balance out the musician part of my life. I have my bill payer life, and I have my musician career life where I'm just waking up early to go to work, and then my evenings are spent read making and practicing, and during the week, teaching after work, which I love teaching. I love teaching my high school students, but man, I'm exhausted, and sometimes I don't have the bandwidth to put up with their insanity at like 6 PM. I'm like, "Yeah, girl, I don't care what happened to you at lunch today. I need you to play the G major scale with 1 sharp and not 4." I hate to be that girl right now, but I'm gonna say something controversial like that, and they're like, "Oh, you're right, he got me," and I'm like, "I did. Do it again." Just, I mean, yeah, some people do work when they're in school, which I mean, I did that. That was fine, but I feel like with real life, it's a little scarier because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, wait, I could die. I could
Mhm.
die." So I should probably, you know, have a really good, decent job to keep me alive while I do my music stuff, and yeah. But if anything, time management is the same throughout both school and life, and school teaches you how to manage your time as a musician. because you have all that free time to practice and do what you have to do, and you have to learn how to incorporate that into real life if you don't want a job with the New York Phil fresh out of your undergrad.
Mhm. You can also marry someone that makes a decent living, because that's what I did.
And there it is. And there it is.
Let's be
So this is
real.
what so the grass is greener on the other side. Matthew would know.
I did the work full-time thing for a long
Period.
time
You
while
did it.
gigging,
Mhm.
and
But
then I
hey,
fell in love, and it's just nice that he makes money.
he just happens to make money and he loves me. And I'm just, ugh. Okay, so yeah, if anyone's wondering what's really going on is Matthew is living his Kip and Scott Hunter life. Like, this is my Kip. I'm reading their book and I'm like, wow, I hate them. I love them. I'm in love with them.
So I was thinking we really should write the Oboe bassoon smut. I think it would be hilarious.
Heated Rivalry, double read edition.
Um, I think another big difference, and this is very specific, I think for double read players, is you don't get read help outside of school. Like, if your reads aren't good, it is just up to you to figure it out, because no one else is coming in and being like, "Oh, yeah, you've got a really thick corner over here,"
Yeah.
or anything.
Uh, yes. Man, do I miss it. And for me, it was very crazy because, like, I, like, mentioned this before, but I did my master's during COVID, so I had, like, 1 semester of in-person, like, read help from my teacher, and after that, I had to figure it out on my own, and I was like, "I mean, it plays. It doesn't hurt to play. Maybe this is fine." And then I'm like, "Oh, she's 40 cents flat. Okay." So, learn from that and just
Mhm.
that's just the life of a double reed player once we get out of school. We just have to figure it out. That or you marry another double reed player in your section and,
Mhm.
if neither one of you hate if they don't hate you enough to, like, work on reads with you and work on your reads for you, I'm jealous and I hate that. I hate you for that, actually, but, like, pop off. Pop off.
I will say something that's been helpful for me in that in the last couple years is just having, like, hangouts every so often with other people, 'cause someone else will be like, "Oh my gosh, you do this?" Or, "It sounds like you've done this," and you're like, "Oh my god, yep, that's exactly what I've done," and then
Oh,
things feel better, but then you can also do the same thing with them,
yeah.
trauma bonding.
That is the other, like, social aspect of it that I do miss, is, like, a read class or just, like, doing read stuff with people. Those are always so fun. I love just seeing everyone suffer together. I love that we all drink the
Yes,
Kool-Aid and suffer in a room together. I love doing it in person and or, over social media or Zoom.
which Oboe Slander might do, like, an Instagram or a TikTok live, and we'll make reads and answer read questions and cry.
Um, and cry, and if it happens soon, we will be talking about Heated Rivalry there as well. Q&A
We'll
for Heated
be
Rivalry.
streaming Heated Rivalry while we make reads.
We're going live right now for Heated Rivalry, episode 3. And I'm like, yup, I am crying into the tone holes of my instrument. Don't look at me.
We're crying. I gotta turn off my camera for a minute. I'll be
Do
back.
you mind if I just beep? Do you mind if I just beep, beep, beep? Let me just do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. Oh my gosh. One thing, because we're talking like specific things like differences between school and real life with double read players. Um, depending on where you went to school and if your school had like the equipment and the funding, um, once you're gone, you will not have access to your studio equipment unless
Mhm.
your teacher is cool with it and you live in the area still and they let you come whenever as long as someone's there. But that's when you're like, wait a minute, I have to gouge my own cane. You can buy it, gouge from somewhere, or you go on the lovely journey of looking to buy a gouger for a reasonable price. when you have no money. Having your own equipment as a double reed player, what a nightmare.
It really is.
It is. I don't wish this on anybody. I don't wish
I
anyone
mean,
looking for a new vocal or a shaper tip on them ever. If you play the French horn or the xylophone, you have your own crosses to bear. The cross we bear is significantly heavier and meaner.
it really is. Thank you for listening to this episode of Oboe Slander. You can find us on Instagram at Oboe Slander, TikTok at Oboe.slander, or you can email us at oboslanderqueens@gmail.com. And you can find us on Facebook, also at Oboe Slander. Tell us about some things that are really different in your life as a professional versus when you were in school, or if you're a student. I don't know.
I don't know, if you're a student, ask us questions, as we have been in your shoes and are more than happy to offer fun, honest feedback as best as we can. And if you haven't already, and if it's not obvious yet, please go ahead and watch Heated Rivalry and let us know your favorite, episode, favorite characters, moments that made you laugh, cry, scream with joy. And I'm also recommending you go ahead and get those audiobooks listened to and or go to your library and get the books and listen to them there and read them because you won't be disappointed. You're just gonna be like the rest of us, going slowly insane over this entire series.
And follow me on Storygraph. And LeBaron, download Storygraph.
I am making a Storygraph account as we speak right now.
Perfect. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
A beginner. Because, I mean, look how wide it is on beginner. Like, truly.
That
I
shit
think
is
apparently I only had mine set to intermediate, but let me
it's
fix
not
that.
beginner.
I'm advanced.
I'm an advanced
That's tiny.
girl. There's like no. I said there's no womb. There's
There
no
is
room.
no womb.
There's no womb on this boat. Fuck, dude. No, thank you. He's a threat to society and a danger to many.
Okay. So if you put it on advanced, you can set vibrato width, which makes it super duper wide.
I don't want him knowing that function because
But I
he's gonna
think that's
set.
what he's doing. I think that's what he has it set on. It must be.
Oh, you're joking.
Anyway, sorry. It's just wild. God, he's so bad. Okay. Well, even though I've had dinner, I'm gonna go have a snack.
Correct.
Snack, please. All
Gosh,
right.
yes. Okie dokie. Well, I'll probably text you later.
I was
I'll
like,
probably text you later.
we'll talk soon. Talk in a minute.
We're gonna talk so soon. Bye.
Bye.